So I got a chair. I built this in my class. I just did blocks and did some bins. But it's not the chair I want to have in my space. I'm going to have something more like this. So I found this on the internet. It's a very small image. Max will not let me zoom in, only zoom out, which is weird. One of the things, so if we go here, and extrude, we can isolate now. We go here and we extrude. First off, let's extrude off the actual normals of the object. It all collapses this and makes it a nice, clean, four-sided object. And that's great for modeling other things, but we want to actually I'm modeling the legs into this. So what I want to do here is extrude two of the sides. Hit OK. And then I'll grab that. And I'll grab these two sides and extrude there. Boop. Now I've got squares that'll allow me to extrude right there. Boom, boom. And so with the first extrude, actually, you know what? I'm going to delete that and go to border mode. Select all these borders because this is just be a lot faster. I'm going to hold Shift, and then I'm going to have the first extension to represent the crossbars. This thing's so useless. The crossbars here, and these will actually have a tilt sloping backwards, just like this will have a slight slope going backwards, and I bet these will have a slight bend, so I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm getting into the actual final tuning. But that is a crossbeam space right there. I'm going to hold Shift and just start a new one. Boop. Right, I'm going to leave them empty, uncapped, and then I'm going to go ahead and get. There's a lot of extra polys in here for the most part, but there's also perfect edge loops, and that's what I'm keeping. So if I want to break those edge loops and have that little overhang, that's how I'm going to do it. It's just the extrude, like the first one I showed you. All right, so I'm going to speed up the creation process at this point because it just kind of gets a little tedious. I'm going to find some music and kind of play some tracks for you guys. So in this particular position right here, what I'm doing is just kind of thinking about how I'm going to chamfer up my edges for the high poly or the low poly so that it just carries the look and feel of the actual chair into the game engine. I like to try to avoid using scale on when the structure of my object is good, so I'm going to use the vertices, edges, and faces to move to shape the overall production proportions of the object. So just kind of follow along as best you can. It's mostly just target welds and extrusions. There's a couple times where I actually will delete polygons to create a hole for a border, and we'll use the transforms plus the shift function on the keyboard to make things work and tighten things up. So enjoy.